Hello guys, this is Mark. Long time no see, but today has finally come and the Tribes of Myrtia Expansion is here. I've received the packages today and this is more or less how they will be packed. I will open this. Well, actually I've opened one already, so I'm just gonna bring it out to the table right now. So this is how it will be packed. So you will have your tokens, so you'll have your currency in the game, you will have your defense and some various adventure tokens. They are both two-sided, of course. Really nice quality. Then you will have a packet with new enemies, Battered Soul, and all of the other stuff, bosses, for example. And we'll open this one soon. And some new relics that you will use with skills and abilities to unleash upon your enemies. Next, we will have a new rulebook. It was a little bit revised, so I'll show you that. And a hardcover for any kind of bumps from how it will be delivered. More on that soon. Okay, so tokens, nothing special here. Bunch of tokens. Let's leave that. Let's try to open this. Let me open this. Okay. So my dog is, yeah, so a few things changed in the meantime. So I got a dog. Yeah, she's been keeping me company during when I had COVID and stuff. So, hey baby. So we have Battered Soul, two-sided, with different values, health values and defense values. Now we have another one, also different values for different difficulty. Then we have 3 bosses. One is Nelzarat with a bunch of new abilities. Then we have Sadaran for level 2, if I remember correctly. Yep. And Kazwan, the elite heavy guard for level 1. Then we have Tribes of Myrtia stuff, like clans. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other one has also 5 cards. So, first one is the Wiccan leader. Generally, it's the Wiccan tribe. So it's Monk. He has a reflect ability, an unknown attack, which is probably dependent on something else. We have 3 Wiccan warriors with defense and a Wiccan trapper with a beautiful skill, arrow to the knee. Next up we have Red Scar tribe with Gross, the Red Scar leader, with some cool abilities too. Then we have Red Scar Fighter, 2 of them. Then we have a Red Scar Hunter with a Toxin Cloud and a Red Scar Defender. Next we have the Ishbatan tribe, which is Zogdush, the leader of the tribe, Deadshot, and 3 Ishbatan Slayers. The last is the Swain tribe, which the leader is Baryon, which is a beast. He has a really cool mechanic, but you will figure it out when you start to play it. You have Swain Shielder and 3 Swain Berserkers. Okay, so we have 1, 4th tribe, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Okay, let me show the bosses again in close-up so you can get a better look at them. Okay, Battered Souls. And now let's take a look on the Action Relics. They have a nice opening, not like the other ones. You can just pop it open. And you will have, for example, Crush Defense, Paralyze, Dual Crush, Align to Melee, Previous Strike, Advantage, Puncture, Transfer Essence, Power Imitation. Those are for the melee ones. And now the spell ones. Punch Through, Reshield, Push Away, Align to Spell, Deep Strike, Change of Hands, Blood Pact, and Takeover, and Power Imitation. As you can see, each of them has practically different abilities. There aren't that many that, I think only 1 or 2 maybe has, both decks has the same abilities. Each of those are totally separate skills and abilities. So it will give you a lot of new replayability with those, because I've decided to put a lot of more fun into how the actual abilities work. Okay, so we have the Action Relic, bit 1 and 2. Okie dokie. And you of course will be purchasing them with the new currency here, and you will be receiving them of course for defeating the leaders here. Okay, so the expansion works for co-op and single player. It doesn't work for campaign for obvious reasons. And now let's take a look at the new and revised rulebook. So because it is a little bit longer, it also includes the Tribes of Myrtia Expansion, so it's 2-in-1, because I think that makes sense. It is glued together, not, you know, like the other one that we had previously. The minus is that you won't be able to open it fully. No, you probably can, but it might require some strength to do so. So at first you will have your standard rulebook. It will go through. Some stuff was revised. The only thing that I'm not really happy about it is that unfortunately the printer didn't print the right adjusted rulebook for those, because we had a version where this was laid out on 2 pages, and because there's that bump in the middle, it kind of doesn't look that great here. But the same thing is on the backs of your player boards, so you know, not happy about that, but let's see what they will tell. So see, you have a nice bit here. Okay, so as you see, the page grew from, I think, around 30 pages to about, how many is this? 44 pages for the base, and now the Tribes of Myrtia here. As the actual expansion is pretty simple. You will have, you know, your component list on one page. You will also have your introduction, your component overview for each, the new mechanic of enemy defense, tribe enemies and leaders. You will also have the Battered Soul mechanic explained, how it works. To be honest, it's something like gaining souls back in Dark Souls, and you know, and I think that will work great in Ruins, because I know it can be a little bit tough. Some of the people even said that they weren't able to beat the game once. So I think this will make it much easier. Well, not much easier, but it will give you a nicer experience for those that are feeling the game is a little bit ruthless, because it can be at time, of course. Here you have some resolving new adventures, encounter a tribe, receive audience, Battered Soul location, and all of that. Important thing, none of the new adventure tokens have side quests on their backs, which means not to put them back to the supply area after resolving. Yeah, so it means like, so we made an addition, because in the core game, let me find behavior, blah blah blah. No, that's too far. We made some improvements here and there. So like here, because that wasn't there originally, single adventure tokens with one adventure don't have a side quest on its back, which means to put them back to the supply area after resolving. Which means that once you resolve that location, well, not location but area, you are able to put it back, because it doesn't have any anything of use for you. We've made some additions here and there, some, you know, we've tried to make it better, because we know that a lot of you struggled with the first version. So we did some touch-ups here and there, like adding those from version 2 and such. Yeah, so yeah, here tokens explanation. Integration is pretty easy. It's basically take boss deck, add it to your boss deck. Tribes deck, just sort it from 1 to 4 as I did right now. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So as you do with the enemy deck. Next, just shuffle and place the Action Relic deck. The main thing is to remove 2 adventure tokens that has the most icons, 4 of them. It will also make the game a little bit more balanced, and it will speed up the game. And you will replace those with one of this and one of this. So, and if you feel like you're not getting enough of this, you can add the additional one into the mix. Basically, this one is only used when you die. Okay, so populate the map and add tokens to supply. So all of the other ones, which is this and this, they go to the supply. So the trophies, the defense, and all of that just stays. Don't look at the icons here and stuff, because not the icons, but the what's in there, because you know it changed during the time. So yeah, some glossary at the end. We had to change the back, because as it comes in a packet like this, we had to add something that tells you that you know, small parts are involved, that it has a C certification and all of that. So we had to put it somewhere. This was the best place to add it without, you know, struggling too much. Okay, so now the fun thing is, So as this kind of slick packet, right? We will be able to easily just add a little bit of padding around, slide it inside one of those, close it, and ship it straight away. So it will be hassle-free. Should also means cheaper postage. And we've tested this to our various players, sending them, for example, some missing elements for the core game, some dual layered boards were not punched correctly. So we've taken all of that and we've been sending that to people whenever we found this was the issue from the printers. From the printers, basically. Okay, so we should start actually start selling that in about next 2 or 3 days. The rulebook will come with the packet. It's also a mix, so that it's free basically for anyone that will, order the base game, not the base game, but the expansion for the base game. And I hope you guys will like it, because there's, I think that this will be a nice improvement, a nice addition to the game, bringing various new mechanics with not a lot of, taking over table space. Yeah, I hope you guys liked what you've seen and what I have presented. Haven't spoken English in a while, so I hope, because of the COVID and everything else, so I hope you understood everything I wanted to kind of emphasize and tell you. So have a great day, and once we add it to the website, we will let know the people on our subscriber list for the expansion, and they will have the first batch sent to them. They will be able to purchase it before all of the other people. And there's a sad news also. One of the boxes didn't came, unscathed. So I hope that there will be enough copies for everyone. Let's see how it will look like. In any case, we might order something for the future, but currently we are focusing on the infection. Is in the playtest phase, blind playtest. We're doing some major improvements to it, so it plays nicer, and that I hope you will also take a look at the other game, because it has some similarities with this one, but I think it's more approachable. There's not that much calculation. There's some calculation involved, more like puzzling us here, but a little bit differently, because it's a little bit different game. Great, thank you very much for your patience. I know it was a little bit late than usual with the when we talked about the expansion. Was supposed to arrive at the end of the last year, but various stuff came in, and we had to pull the trigger in case of because actually the train moved through Russia and Ukraine, so we had to be sure that that arrives safely, and there won't be any future postponing or being stuck somewhere. Okay, great, thank you very much. Have a great day, and I'll hear from you soon, I guess.